Now, now, and now. There you go. That's good thinking.
Oh man, you're the Breaking Bad.
I am the Breaking Bad.
Oh,
I am the
okay.
Breaking Bad
Got it now.
woman for life.
Alright, yeah. So, episode 1?
Yeah.
Technically, episode 0 was the last one.
I wouldn't say we're very conventional with the episode numbering at the moment, but
No.
I mean, I dig it. Why not? Next week's going to be 1.5. So why
We're
not?
basically software. Updates now.
I've never been thought into a software
Yeah,
update.
our
I like it.
episodes are now 1.175. Anyway. Right,
Anyhow,
so.
who are you?
Tom.
Adam.
Cool.
Otherwise known as Snorlax in Disguise, and then Wildside on your Twitches, which I am going to make a thing this week, and it'll pop up now. There's it. There's your noise. So what are we talking about this week, Tom?
Okay, I thought we would kick off with the fact that I can't get up
Do we need
this little
box?
step. Here we do, somehow. Can I throw you up there?
Probably. Probably.
Oh, we're cuddling.
Ah.
So, I think we should kick off with physical versus digital.
Physical versus digital, the hot topic. that we only discussed recently because I think.
Oh.
I don't know how it came
You
up
got it.
in conversation. I think I do.
There we go.
Come on. There we go.
Give me the
It came up in conversation recently because we are both interested in getting Tribes of Midgar, which comes out. When's that coming out? Next week? Or the
30th,
week
30th, I think.
30th or the 27th of July, one of those. And if you buy it on the PSN store, it costs like £15. So I was like, Tom, get it, it's cheap, day one, perfect. But then you saw it physical and it's like 30 quid. So why, obviously, with a physical you are paying for the physical thing. So yeah, it will cost more money. But
Yeah.
it's like, in that day and at that point, if you're looking at the two pricings, the game won't be that big a download. So it won't be too strenuous on your hard drive. Why would you spend the extra...
How strong is this guy? He just like box. Burp. Oh shit.
why would you spend the extra, what, £15 for...
So the reason, like, I prefer physical simply because. Oh no. I prefer physical simply because you can then sell it if you don't want it anymore. Like,
True.
say for instance, trying to think of games like I completed quite quickly. Spider-Man. I mean, it's the one game. Funny enough, I'm wearing a t-shirt. I just realised. But one of those games that I actually completed, did the whole DLC. I ended up keeping it because it was such a good game, but it was also one of those ones that I think people probably completed, done, and then they get rid of. And it's like, say you spent the 40-50 quid buying the game initially, you could then end up putting that towards, or when you sell it or you exchange it, you put that towards another game that you want to play, or you get money back. So theoretically, when you bought the game, yes, it might have been 50 quid, say, and then say you complete it very quickly, you might be able to get back, say, 25-30 quid for it, depending on the store, obviously.
Yeah.
You know, I just think about resale value as well, but also I prefer having a physical copy. Like, I remember the days when you used to go get old PlayStation 2 games and you'd be reading like the little insert at the beginning. You know, like the ride home, you're just like so excited to play it, all that kind of stuff. So I just preferred the physical, and also I found with digital the cons against it were that you couldn't really haggle prices, you couldn't shop around. It was kind of like, especially for console, unlike PC where you can go like CD Keys or Steam or somewhere like that, you kind of have the one place to buy it, which is the PlayStation Store, and it can be hella expensive.
Yeah. No, you're not wrong. I think the issue is like you said, resale value isn't that great for games at the moment, unless it's like a limited edition or steelbook maybe. Like, you can go CEX with a handful of games and you'll get 20 quid back or something, and obviously it depends on how long obviously it depends how long the game's been out for, but I just think for me it doesn't seem worth it. And also I don't tend to resell games that much. Because I used to be like completely physical. I was like, I hate I hated buying digitally because I felt like I didn't own it.
Yeah.
But that for me has changed completely, especially now. For example, a flat in London, you don't get a lot of room. Like, I've got to stop buying physical things. I have a massive Blu-ray collection, but I've got to stop buying these films now.
You say about that, and that's one thing that I was thinking also. And then I've started a vinyl collection, so it's kind of like end up like replacing it. It's like you'll always find something to press the button. Always find something to fill the gap, I guess, wouldn't you?
Yeah, I think it does feel nice to own it, and it's really nice having a collection. It's like having a collection of books, they're like trophies in a way. Oh, do we just fall? Oh. It's kind of like
I'm free.
it's nice having a collection, and it's nice to see that these are what I own, blah blah blah. But for me, I like that, but I realised I wasn't really replaying these games, and I'm not reselling them. And if I do resell them, I'm not gonna get a lot of money. Like I said, like not many of them. I've only got a handful of steelbooks. I don't really have collector's editions or anything. On that topic, I think the only way I'll buy a physical game now is if it's a game that I love and it comes out with like a new collector's edition. I'm like, okay, I have to have that. If it comes with a model or something that I want.
Yeah.
But at the moment, digital has just become too easy to, especially pre-ordering. It downloads on your console midnight. The game comes out. I'm not one that stays up and plays at midnight, but it means when I wake up in the morning, say it's a Saturday, I can play it first thing, and it's great. Obviously, console storage it takes up, but I think it's just going forward. I think it's the thing now.
Yeah, I think there's a lot of pros and cons. So there was one thing that we spoke about last week, or we touched on, that we didn't really get into too much detail, which was backlog.
Yeah.
So if you're digital, would you find that you'd end up having more backlog?
Oh yeah, it's awful. I mean,
what is that?
I know, right? I think I can get it here.
Hello.
Unless I just grab it.
Hi.
Oh, I've done some
Climbing.
To fall properly, you need to get high. This instructional video was prepared for everyone who does not feel high enough.
Yeah, like,
and is
I
ready
find
to
it
do
too easy
something
now to
about
go to
their
like the PSN
situation.
store or the eShop or
Climbing
something,
is as easy
and
as
I will
doing
pick
yoga.
up any game. That's it. If it's under a tenner, I'll probably buy it.
Yeah.
And it's not good. That's me being a pro consumer.
Well, I mean, like, I am predominantly disc physical version, or at least I try to be. But then you told me about the game coming out. I was like, I need it. And then I started looking around, see like when it's out, shopping, all that kind of stuff. And then you were like, I was like, oh, it's 30 quid or whatever.
To fall properly, you need to get high.
I have no idea what this is.
Video was
It's like my
prepared
lunchbox
for
or
everyone who
something.
does not
We
feel
went to
high
climb
enough
it.
and is ready to do something.
Yeah, and then you were like, it's 15. Like we looked online and like digital copy is like 15 quid. So I'm like, I'm just gonna get. It's cheaper, obviously, to get the digital version. This is also why I've kind of put off getting a PlayStation 5, is because all the ones that have been available were. Am I breakdancing?
Climbing. To fall properly, you need to get high. This instruction.
Yeah, I just think I do prefer physical if I can get it, but I guess there's those times where like you'll end up with a game that you don't necessarily or you didn't necessarily enjoy, and then you can sell it.
No, that's it. Yeah, like that's the main thing. You don't really get your money back. There is refund thing. I know Steam's got a refund thing, which I have used before for a game. Like if you've owned it for under 14 days and you've played less than a certain amount of hours, you can refund it and you get the money back straight away. And I think like the PlayStation Store, I think does that, and a few other shops do. But yeah, you don't get that resale value. But again, it's just kind of like I know you don't fully know what you buy when you're buying a game, but if you do a bit of research and you think the game's for you, then you shouldn't really complain too much, unless the game is an absolute.
To fall properly,
Just realised
you
there's a
need to
big
get
ass
high.
fucking video here telling
This
us what to
instructional
do.
video was prepared for
How do you
everyone
climb?
who does
Oh,
not
that's the
feel
remote!
high enough and is ready to do
Now I know.
something
Oh, so the
about
climbing I figured out. So hold the back buttons. You look up. Before you get there, so your arms are in the air,
Oh, right.
and then you attach and you push down on the right. That's
Oh,
it.
yeah, wicked.
Nailed it.
But yeah, I think, especially with like Games Pass as well, everything's digital on Games Pass, obviously.
Yeah.
Um,
I think it's it's going to be pros and cons with what's more beneficial for you with regards to space. Say you're in like a... Fuck me, how'd you do that? Oh, you jumped. There you go. So, sorry. So, it's also... you know, if you're in like a 1-bedroom place, you don't have a lot of room, like digital makes complete sense because you're going to have that extra room for like, say, well, in my case, probably food. But like, yeah, it makes sense. But I think what I didn't like was, you know, like when there was those physical copies, say 50 quid for a PlayStation 4 game, and then you go on the store and it's still the same price.
Yeah, which it happens more often than not. Like Tribes of Midgard, that's the first time I've noticed in a long time. Or, I mean, I'm not going to lie, I haven't checked the markets that much, but that's the first time I've noticed that, you know, £15 difference for a physical.
Yeah.
That kind of thing. But, yeah. If you're getting the same thing, is it, you know, at the end of the day, it doesn't matter. People do what they want, but, like, I just think, for me, it's just convenience. It's like, I could just download this straight to console, boom, done.
Yeah, I think I am getting more towards the digital digital aspect. So speaking about digital, actually, this week was the release of the Steam Deck.
Or what, the release of information? Or has it actually come out?
Sorry, yeah, not the release of Steam Deck. Really my bad. Release of information about Steam Deck. And that's obviously going to be all digital. So that's a nice little segue onto that.
Okay, good effort. Wow.
Thank you.
Well done.
But yeah, it's obviously going to be all digital, and there's.
I'll push this along, by the way.
Oh, do we need it?
Yeah, I think to get to the other side, so you can climb up there, maybe.
Up there?
Yeah, there's a little thing over there.
Can we not just jump?
Try.
I feel like a zombie. I did it!
Alright, fair enough.
Parkour. So, yeah, that was obviously the information, not the actual Steam Deck, my bad.
But you've done some research on it. I don't know too much about it, so
okay.
Hit me up with some facts.
So, those facts. Oh, there's a rope. Okay, I got it. I'm going to wait for you.
Oh.
So, yeah. There's the release. Valve have released information regarding their new handheld console, even though it's more like a PC, to be honest. Released, I think it was like 2 days ago now. It's gonna come in 3. You can buy 3 different versions, or say versions, but it's mainly to do with file sizes, or the storage size, shall I say, the inbuilt one anyway. So I think they have. It might be 64 gig. I might be wrong with these, but 64. And you got 215 and 512. Probably completely wrong with all these sizes, but you get the gist. Like they go up. Nice. They go up. Obviously, the cheaper one. I think it's around 350 in the UK.
Okay.
For the cheaper one.
This might answer your question. London and London are in the same time zone.
London and London are in the same time zone.
Apparently, Alexa's been listening.
Alexa's spitting facts.
Jesus, London and London are in the same time zone.
Who'd have thunk?
So yeah, you've got the three different storage sizes. Obviously, they increase in price. The other two, the higher of the two, so will have a faster loading times as well. Mm-hmm. So that's one extra thing that's worth probably getting with regards to, you know, paying more. Let's try this out. Oh, yeah. Oh, that did not work. So yeah, they've got the 3 different ones that are out. But I mean, like, it's basically gonna be shit. I did it. I don't know why it reminds me of George of the Jungle, actually.
So what were the sizes, did you say?
Yeah, I think 64, 215, and 512. Again, 256, I think it is, sorry.
Okay.
That probably makes more sense. But yeah, obviously it's... I might be wrong on those sizes. I just saw that there was a 3. And yeah, the other two come with like... or the last one, the most expensive one, comes with like an anti-glare...
I'm going to try and jump that.
You got this. you imagine if we all jump like that? Oh, we got to go up that way. Oh, I'm going to have to go around that one,
Or can you push it back?
Nah,
Oh, you can't
I'm not that strong, bro. So, yeah, sorry, I think the last one comes with like an anti-glare screen as well.
Yeah.
And they all come with like fancy cases and stuff like that. So, they basically marketing it as like a pocket PC with a controller attached. Obviously, it looks more like the Nintendo Switch than anything, to be honest. It's dockable, or at least they're going to have a dock with it as well.
Okay.
Which the dock actually looks pretty good. It's got quite a few different slots. It's got like USB, USB-C. I think obviously like HDMI, and it's got all these extra slots for like plugging into your TV, so you can then use other controllers as well. So if you did want to play a game that requires probably more mouse and keyboard, you could literally have that hooked up, ready to play.
Okay.
Which is quite good. They also, you can, like, it's coming with like Steam OS, but you can actually, if you wanted, uninstall that all and go with like Windows or something if you really wanted to. But apparently the Steam OS runs very smoothly and is obviously worth keeping.
Okay.
So you're going to be able to play both Windows and Linux games as well.
Mm-hmm.
So it really is just going to be a pocket PC. It's got, the controls look pretty good. They looked a bit strange when... Can we open this? Ah! Oh my god, this is cool.
Hey!
This actually looks like my place.
It really does.
So, yeah, they... Oh shit. Oh yeah, that's right. Don't worry.
Can you just jump off?
Yeah, you just jump out.
So, as someone who owns a Switch, both of us have a Switch. What's that beeping?
Oh, sorry, it will stop. That's my life support.
Oh shit. As someone who owns a Switch, and then we both have smartphones, like I said last week, I use mine for like Xbox Games Pass on the go, cloud gaming and whatnot.
Yeah.
What is the selling point of the Steam Deck that will make one? Because I don't really play many games on Steam. I'm more of a console gamer. I know there's a lot more people who play PC, I think.
So, personally, the thing that I think the people that or the target audience that are definitely going to buy it are obviously people that already have Steam games and they play a lot of Steam, all that kind of stuff. But the people that maybe can't afford like a high-end PC, but maybe have like, they really want to play Steam games, I think it really caters to that.
Okay.
Because obviously it's going to be cheaper than like a big PC. I think right now, or at least I don't know what it's going to be like when it's actually released. But they can't play games like, or at least it struggles to play games like Apex and what other games were there? Apex, and there were a few games that basically it would struggle to probably play. Yeah.
Oh, well done.
Nice. But I think, like, personally, like, if I was going to play like a high-end game like Apex and stuff, I'd want it as a console anyway. But who knows later down the line? Like, I think it's got the same capacity to run like a PS4 and Xbox One and stuff like that. But who knows exactly what it's going to be like once it's released? They might still be making changes.
Yeah. So
I would say for people that can't afford a PC and want to play Steam games, or for people that want to play Steam games on the go, say they commute, like, it's perfect. Because obviously you can't do that. You can't just lug around your PC as much as people probably want to. But yeah, I think it does cater to that, and also it has PC capabilities, so you can web browse, you can like watch videos, you can tab in and out of games. You can't have multiple games loaded up like you can on the... Oh, you gonna die? You can't have multiple games loaded up like on the Xbox. It can have multiple games loaded up, kind of. You can actually switch in between.
Like quick resume stuff.
That's it, yeah. And I can jump on this. I'm gonna fly around this ball. Oh, wait, stay on there.
Alright.
I love the way they climb. It's like toddlers. It's like drunk toddlers. Don't give toddlers drinks.
Don't give toddlers drinks.
Yeah, there you go.
That's the message for today. So, like, I think...
you can let go.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you. I think...
I personally would... I'm actually quite interested in getting it. You can actually... I think from yesterday, you can reserve it for like £4. It's like, yeah, very cheap. And it's going to come out, I think, December this year. So right in time for Christmas. Yeah. Or at least that's you know, hopefully it doesn't get put back, but that's what I've heard or what I've kind of seen online, that reserving a console for like £4, and then I think you get 30 days to decide if you really do want to stay with it, and obviously continue with the purchase. But personally, like, I'd actually be really interested in getting it because I love having handheld consoles. Like the Switch has been phenomenal. Where am I?
I don't know. I'm just going up these stairs.
My guy's...
Oh, you know.
My guy's dead.
Your controller's gone.
Oh, that's right.
There you go.
Okay. Fair.
You in?
Yeah, my bad.
I think I'm Tom. I know you're Tom.
I'm Tom.
What? But is it the performance upgrade that people wanted from, say, the new OLED Switch that isn't happening? Is it like, performance-wise, you think it will run better than the Switch does at the moment?
Personally, I do think it will. I mean, out of the two, I think, you know, this is kind of like obviously it's not a Nintendo Switch Pro that people wanted, but like, this is out of the two, I would probably say this is a better and bigger release than the Switch OLED. I like the Switch OLED was a bit of a disappointment, like we spoke about. Ooh, I think I wanted that. Why are we?
What's going on?
I don't know. Oh wait, do we have to go? No, we don't go that way.
Fair enough. I think I'm intrigued. Like I said, I don't really play, like, all the games that come out on Steam. I usually just buy on the eShop, or I know there's a bunch of games that are only PC based. But as someone who doesn't have a gaming PC or play games on their PC,
yeah,
it doesn't bother me too much. But if they come out with a few like hits where it's like, okay, these aren't coming on Switch and they're going to be great to play on the go, it's definitely worth thinking about.
I think so. I'm actually really, really interested in possibly getting one. Another thing that I forgot to mention was that if you did go with a cheaper one, there is a micro SD slot. So if you don't, oh shit, I'm off. If you want more storage space, but obviously can't afford the higher end models, you could reserve it now. You know, you could save up towards it when it comes out in December, but also you could then spend a little bit extra money and get a micro SD and have the storage space anyway.
Yeah.
The only difference is that apparently there's faster loading times with the other ones.
Because it's got an SSD, hasn't it?
So they're all SSD.
Yeah.
Except I think the other two are AMD. I can't remember what exactly it is, but they are. I think we've got to go back this way. By the way, I just broke a wall. Have I broke a wall?
I think I've well and truly screwed this skip situation.
Here we go. Bosh. There we go. All right. So yeah, I'm quite interested in getting one. I really want to get more of a hands-on approach and try one out.
Yeah.
But I don't think I'll be able to do that unless I buy one myself or someone else I know has got one and I can try it. But I've got quite a few Steam games that I want to play, but to be honest, my laptop just won't run them. And also, I think the docking ability is great. I think that's what most handheld consoles need nowadays. I think Switch obviously started that. They've got so they've got the usual buttons that you'd have on like the Switch, like you've got the D-pad, 2 analogs, the 4 buttons on the side and the top. But they also got 2 trackpads on each side as well that work like a mouse.
Okay.
I don't know why, it just makes me feel drunk watching these guys. And I need to go over there, that's why. So there was also on the back they've got a couple buttons that you can configure, very much like Pro controllers.
Oh,
so you can obviously add additional buttons as well. I don't know, it just seems like they've probably listened to a lot. Shit. I got crushed. Yeah. Yeah, it just seems like they kind of listened a lot, like, or at least they kind of did their research with quite a few of the bits that are going involved in this. So I'm very interested to have a hands-on approach and play it.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think I'm just more hyped about this than I was the OLED, to be honest.
Yeah, no, that's fine. It is. I mean, it's come out of left field. Like no one's really expecting it. How do you throw?
I think you just swing. Bada swing. Oh. Or maybe I can hit it with this box.
Yeah, I don't think this legal's doing too much. That's fair. Yeah, I'll keep an eye on it. Oh, there you go, done
Nice,
it.
good work.
Oh well, and I've managed to...
I just realised, you're
What
Walter White,
Yeah,
and I'm
Jesse Pinkman.
Perfect.
Breaking flat.
Oh wait, we didn't even need the box. You put glass on top. Smart.
And also, check out this segue, right? Why didn't they announce this at E3? Being it was only E3 not too long ago. Oh, what's that? We're going to discuss E3 about 2 months after it happened. Yes, please. Nah, I think, as we said last week, there was a few things to keep an eye on. We discussed like E3 and what's going to happen in the future a little bit.
Yeah.
I still get excited about it, and I just thought we'd talk about some stuff that was discussed. It's not going to be a dissection. It's just going to be a, hey, I thought this looked interesting, and I'll cover mainly what I thought the four main conferences are, which is what Xbox and Bethesda, Nintendo, Square Enix, and Ubisoft.
Yeah.
So E3 happened not too long ago, about a month and a half, 2 months ago. To what people said, a bit of a mixed response. I thought it was alright. So thought we'd go through some stuff. Did you see much?
No, I didn't see too much. I think I've been meaning to go back to it and not got round. Hold that lever for me.
Yeah.
Go on then. I think you talk to me about E3 a bit, because
Cool.
I don't know as much, or I haven't invested as much time into it.
Oh, you're doing the smart thing.
Yeah, I know, right? Wait, we need the other one.
Yeah, that's smart. Cool. So,
Science, bitch. There you go.
before the four conferences I'll talk about, there was Jeff Keighley, who seems to be the face of all big game announcements at the moment.
Game Awards guy, right?
Yeah, he kind of did a little kick-off show the Thursday before the weekend, and showed a few interesting things there. But the main one that everyone's talking about afterwards is Elden Ring.
Okay.
Finally, after years and years and years of talking about it, an announcement trailer shown 3 years ago. Might be longer now.
Yeah.
I think it's about 3 years ago. And then hearing absolutely nothing. This is the game from Miyazaki of FromSoft, and teaming up with George R.R. Martin from a guy who wrote Game of Thrones.
Big names.
Big names. And yeah, it's his new like open worldish, massive Dark Soulsy, really gothic, cool, creepy game that he seems to do.
And
Finally showed off.
If it's got George R. R. Martin, there's sure to be incest and death, right?
And dragons.
Oh, and dragons, yeah.
I somehow saved that.
Yeah, I know, nice. Good work.
So people finally saw that. It looks great. It looks right up my alley. I do like the FromSoft games, despite not liking too many challenging games because they're stressful. I love Bloodborne. I love Dark Souls. Sekiro was, for me, a real dark horse. I really, really loved it. I know it had a bit of a mixed thing.
I've heard nothing but love for that game.
Where do I go this way?
I think so.
I think
I don't know how I get across.
Yeah, Sekiro just didn't have like a lot more of the RPG elements that like Dark Souls. There wasn't too much in the way of like customization.
Yeah.
But I love the story. I love the world. And Elden Ring just looks more of the same FromSoft magicness, except it's big open world and
magicness.
It said I think it's the biggest world he's done yet.
Dang.
The bosses look cool, the weapons look cool, the fighting looks cool. Check out the trailer and get excited about it. And the other one that was mentioned kind of before all the main conferences was the new Battlefield, which I think looks
okay.
really
that
fun.
trailer I saw, which I cannot wait for, because is
it 2042? Battlefield 2042 or 48? One of them.
It's future in the future.
Future Battlefield.
I am actually really looking forward to this because I mean, not only was the trailer fucking hype, it was absolute madness. Bazooka coming out. I mean, if you haven't if you haven't watched it, definitely go watch it. Obviously, trailers are different to gameplay. Totally understand that, but I think Warzone really needed competition because they're slacking. It's not enjoyable to play anymore. I know a few people don't enjoy Warzone. I am one of them, even though I end up going back to it time and time again, like crack. But not that I do crack, just FYI. But it's just like it just seems really it seems like new, edgy, like it just seems good fun. Like I'm really looking forward to it.
It's like, I know the Battle Royale is kind of used a lot at the moment, and it looks like Battlefield, they're going absolutely 100% down the Battle Royale route, but people love it, and it looks like they're doing something new with it, and it looks exciting, so definitely keeping that on the radar. So there was a lot of indie directs as well, and like a lot of indie games that coming out looking quite good, but I'll talk more about the main companies. So I think I'll start with Ubisoft. And Ubisoft, so I've got it all on my phone, so I've got to get my notes up.
Sure.
The main Ubisoft contender, I think, game-wise, that we saw a lot of over E3 was Far Cry 6.
Okay.
Which is the first Far Cry in a couple of years.
Hasn't it got the guy from Breaking Bad in it?
Yeah, Giancarlo Esposito. That's it, Giancarlo Esposito, who is known as supervillain. If you watch Mandalorian, Breaking Bad, and he just seems to play these villain characters very, very well. And he is the new kind of dictator. It looks a bit, I think it's like kind of loosely based on like Cuba, maybe. What are we doing, by the way?
I don't know. I'm kind of lost. Have we been here? Oh shit, I went all the way around.
But it looks very good. I played Far Cry 4. It's probably the last Far Cry I played. I liked it.
I played that as well. What was it? What was the one? 5 was Primal. Was it Primal?
No, there was Primal, but then there was Far Cry 5, which is kind of based on like a kind of crazy Christian cult American kind of thing, and apparently it was quite dull. And I think I've kind of found the same with Far Cry 4. The villains are really cool, but the world and the gameplay itself, it's just like Ubisoft have this like collectathon kind of gameplay thing where it's like,
I'm strong. I just broke down a wall.
Oh, nice.
Break it down.
Where'd you do that?
Just where we were.
So hopefully they've kind of learned from the last few Far Cry. So I think they're the biggest kind of criticisms of the game, where you are just going from place to place, ticking off objectives on the map, going to place, the same objectives, storm the tower, storm the enemy base, collect this, collect that, next place, same thing.
It does get repetitive.
Yeah, and I think I'm hoping that they change it, because it looks like a really cool setting. There's a little dog who uses wheels as back legs called Chorizo, so it's quite fun.
Chorizo. That is hilarious. Can you help me move this?
Yes, I may.
Chorizo. I want to name a dog Chorizo.
And it does look good. But again, like we said about games last week kind of being overexposed, we saw a lot of Far Cry 6 this weekend, and I wouldn't say it's making me want to play it more. I am interested in it, but I'm not really seeing anything too different to what Far Cry has offered before. But it might be good. Like I said, cast is solid, so that's kind of Ubisoft's main event, I think.
Yeah.
But what else did they show that I wrote down? Tom's favourite, Just Dance. That's coming out, as per usual. They like to do that bit.
Did they do a bigger old dance party for it again?
No, they had a famous dancer, maybe like a TikTok star or something. I may be wrong, so sorry if that's wrong. I don't know who he was, but he kind of did a presentation for it, and
cool.
It was what it was. Just Dance. It's obviously got an audience. They need to show it every year, so there we go. Riders Republic looked quite good. So that's kind of like, do you remember Steep? That came out. It looked like
Steep. Oh, the we saw it on my library
Yeah.
just a sec ago. Yeah. The snowboarding one.
Yeah, so it's kind of like snowboarding, but also skiing, and then you skydiving. It's that same kind of vibe, except it is like you can BMX, you can motocross, you can skydive, you can ride quad bikes. I think it's basically anything, and it's all set in a world which is all free roaming, and it just looks fun. Like you log in,
Yeah.
piss about for an hour, play against some mates, race against people around the world. It looks fun. So that's kind of coming out soon, I think, as well. So that'd be quite good. And then
Man, I miss SSX Tricky. Such a good
I
game.
love SSX. SSX 3 as well was really good.
There we go.
Here we go. What else did they do? They did. So, are you a big Siege player? Rainbow Six?
I actually bought it like when it first came out, and then it had like the dip where no one else played it for a while, and then it had like this big surge again where everyone fucking played loads of it. So that's the other game on the Valve Steam Deck that might not run as smoothly as it should do, you know.
Oh, okay.
No, obviously, like I think they've tried all games, or they've tried multiple games, and I think one of those was one that was maybe struggling, but it's a pull, not a push. It should be labelled. Yeah, that's another one. But sorry, so have we got a new Rainbow Siege?
So, well, no, it's one that was announced a couple of years ago called Quarantine, which they've recently renamed, I think, due to what's been going on in the world.
They renamed it to Corona?
Well, no, it is now called Extraction, and it's basically the same style of game,
Yeah.
but it's not PvP as far as I'm aware. It's PvE, so it's like more shooting zombies. But
they're going down the zombie route.
Yeah, like I think it's zombies, like this weird kind of parasitic kind of humanoid looking thing.
Didn't the new Left 4 Dead get released? Blood for something.
I will talk about that in the Xbox conference, but that is there. But Extraction is kind of the same thing. There's a team of however many. You've all got your unique abilities and specials, and you've got to take it down. I think it looks really interesting because I've played a bit of Siege. I like it, but obviously you have to be bloody good at it nowadays.
Yeah.
And I'm not, but I enjoy playing it with friends. And this just looks like more of the same, except I don't know how like the longevity of it will work, because when you're playing against other people, the game is always going to be different.
Yeah.
With this, it's against the computer, I think. Like, you'll probably enjoy it for a couple of days, but then if they don't change it up, unless correct me if I'm wrong in the comments, if you can play as the alien kind of bad people if they're human controlled, but as far as I'm aware they're not.
Yeah.
But I think it looks quite interesting. Like, it's definitely something I would be interested in. But it is £60, and I don't know if the content's going to be there at the moment for me to go all in.
Help me jiggle this back. Maybe not.
Yeah, what do we do?
Wait. Oh,
we need to
do something over here. I think I know. Right.
I'll put the box on the...
I think so. So. I think
hang on. I know.
Jump on. Oh. Sorry, carry on.
So that's Extraction. Then the two remaining ones in the Ubisoft conference I will talk about are Mario & Rabbids 2.
Oh, nice.
So Mario & Rabbids the sequel. That was kind of like a dark horse hit on the Switch. No one really expected it to do that well because the Rabbids are possibly some of the most annoying. They're like the minions of video games.
They're the Jar Jar Binks of Star Wars.
They're just annoying. But Ubisoft had the mad thing where they managed to get their license for a Mario license and do this really odd XCOM style combat game, and it shouldn't have worked, but it did, and I commend them for that. And it is really good. It was my first Switch game.
Is it really?
Yeah,
nice.
And I loved it. I thought it was really, really good. Oh, here we go.
Oh, look at you swing, bad boy.
Oh God, where am I going now?
I don't know. Jump!
Hey!
Yeah, you did it. What do you do now?
Oh, here.
Oh
God, this is hot. What?
Look at these aerobatics. I think that the ladder goes down.
Oh, yes, it does.
Oh, no.
Oh, the box goes down.
Perfect.
And
then you go up there.
But it looks really good. I'm glad they're expanding on the universe. I know a lot of people are skeptical about it. If you haven't picked it up yet, I'm sure you can pick up the first one cheap with all its DLC. It's just a really good game. It's very different to your normal Mario games. Definitely give it a go. And then the last, I think, and another thing from Ubisoft was the Avatar game, which was, for me, I didn't know there was rumblings of it, so it was very unexpected and very bizarre. But they're doing it. A film that's more than 12 years old. They're going, hey, let's make a good game about it.
What game? What was that again?
Avatar.
Avatar.
You know? Because, well, James Cameron has recently announced he's making a plethora of... I spat when I said that. I was good. So random. A plethora. An unbelievable amount of sequences as he tries to win back his most grossing film of all time.
That really annoyed me because Endgame was the top, and they re-released it in China, and then Avatar went top again. Like, why would you re-release it like so many years? Obviously, I know why, because they want the #1 spot. But it was just I feel like it's a bit of a dick move.
It's just one of those things where like
dick move, Cameron.
Dick move, Cameron. I think the film's all right. I know at the time, special effects wise, it was groundbreaking. Story wise, seen it before. It's not. I don't think it deserves the hate. A lot of people go, "Oh, rubbish." It's like it's all right. You'll enjoy it.
I don't think I've ever heard anyone go rubbish about Avatar.
Rubbish. Oh no, it's definitely got. It's like I don't think it deserves all the praise it gets. It's like, well, no, it does some things right, but story wise, it's just no, it's not.
To me, to
but
you.
Anyway.
To me, to you.
Yeah. Ooh, let me.
You stand on it.
Anyhow, that was Ubisoft. So I don't know if that's going to be like an open world thing. Hopefully, it's not another Far Cry Collectathon kind of deal. Should be quite good. But that was Ubisoft in a nutshell. I thought it was an alright conference. It was a little bit flat, but it was alright.
Really unrelated, but do you reckon we could do the Macarena on this?
Probably. Oh, get up.
Get on up.
I'm stuck. I'm actually not getting up.
Oh, you play dead. It's fine. Oh no.
So that's Ubisoft. So next one I'll talk about would be Square Enix, and I don't think there's as much to talk about in this one. There's a few things. One major thing for me though is Guardians of the Galaxy video game.
That looks sick.
Which I think looks very, very good.
I can't wait for that.
Building on their kind of Marvel property of where they did the Avengers game. Which
saying that, Zoe Saldana, is it Saldana? She was so she's been in the top 2 films, Endgame and Avatar.
Yeah,
so
that's it.
Yeah,
sorry. I guess so. Yeah.
A little fact there for you.
Very good.
Yeah.
But Guardians of the Galaxy, the game looks good. You play as Star-Lord. You don't play as the entire team, but you do control the entire team through Star-Lord.
Yeah.
But it looks like they've got good writing. They showed a lot of gameplay on it. It looks very, very good. And the best thing about it is that it's only out in October. You don't really have that long to wait.
Oh, that's good.
They've been working on it a long time. It does raise a question though, is how come this one looks so good and the Avengers game looked very okay, are they learning from it? I don't know. It's a very different game. Obviously Avengers went down the looter shooter route.
Push it. Yeah.
I'll push it down.
I think so. Yeah, see, I was one of the ones that actually bought Avengers. I think you got it as well, haven't you?
I've got it, yeah. I got it when the PS5 update came out.
I played... That's the thing. I think they kind of built it in mind for the PS5, and then obviously the PS4 version just wasn't that good. Are you alright up there?
Yeah.
Are you struggling?
I can't seem to get this.
Wiggle your booty. I think you need to drop it so the glass goes down.
Hey, there we go.
Alright, cool.
There it is as well.
Good lad. So, I actually quite enjoyed the game. I can understand the problems. There was the matchmaking thing at the beginning was terrible. Oh, it broke. Damn it. The matchmaking at the beginning was pretty shoddy.
Yeah.
And yeah, it was quite clunky and but I actually really enjoyed it. The story I actually thought was brilliant. Obviously it focused more on Miss Marvel. Spoiler alert if you haven't played it. But it focused quite a bit on Miss Marvel, who's actually going to be introduced to the MCU coming up. And yeah, it was just I actually really enjoyed the story. But I can understand why. Oh, that was nowhere near. I can understand why people.
I think we need to be a bit higher.
Yeah. Oh yeah, good shout. I think I can understand why people didn't like it, but I don't know. I mean, games can have a bit of a rebirth. So
that's kind of the next thing I was going to talk about. So they showed the Guardians of the Galaxy, looks very good, and everyone got excited, and it's kind of good to see them do something different. I was worried it would be like, here's Avengers Assemble, but with the Guardians characters.
Yeah.
This looked like, but they kind of bookended that with the updates they're doing for Avengers Assemble. So they're doing the Wakanda add-on, and all these updates are free as well. But the issue is, I think they're just few and far between.
Yeah, they are. I mean, the game came out like last year or a year before. I think last year. I think it was last year.
I think a year before.
Get off my leg.
Oh, I'm on your leg. Sorry.
Actually, if you go to the left, we can swing together.
Wow.
Put our keys in the bowl.
Oh,
I might make it. Here we go. Jump. Oh, no. Yeah. No. How about I go?
Yeah, and I'll just try.
And I'll wait for you in Valhalla.
To Valhalla.
There we go.
Nice.
Look at me go. Stuntman extraordinaire.
There we go. Yeah, it's just the updates are few and far between. The Wakanda stuff looks good, but is it enough to make me re-download the game onto a console? I just don't know. I'm just a little bit skeptical about replayability. I enjoyed the story, like you said. Multiplayer, there we go. Multiplayer, I just didn't get too much from it because it is just very, very repetitive.
Yeah, I think that was part of the problem as well. It was one of those games where like, oh, go over here, save these people, go over here, beat up these people, and it's kind of like the only difference you got were from the different characters, and like I think the problem you had with some of the characters, there were some that kind of were similar. I mean, you could play as the Hulk, it was quite fun, obviously smash everything. Thor was good fun. I actually, out of all of them, Captain America for me was the most fun character to play as. How are we not...
Oh, yeah.
Oh, nice, well done. Yeah, so I think, I don't know, like you say, it's too far few in between the updates, the releases. Obviously, because of Chadwick passing, they didn't release Wakanda straight away. They actually were meant to have him out first.
Yeah, I know someone who worked on the game, and yeah, that was a big kick in the balls. Sad, obviously, for his passing, but also that's probably where the game instantly had like struggles.
Yeah.
But yeah.
I know they've got. I mean, they released Hawkeye along with Kate Bishop as well, which are two. I mean, they did make them different in the game. Are we doing this right?
I think we meant to. Do we use it as a thing to cross?
I don't know. Yeah, I think so. Oh, maybe. Yeah, maybe you're right. Just like.
Unless Adam tries something mental.
Oh, you crazy fool, you. Oh, you just did that.
Yeah.
I like your style.
But yeah, I mean, we can talk about Avengers maybe when Wakanda comes out. We'll both play it, and we'll see if it's the rebirth it needs. And the last thing, there was a lot of mobile games Square are focusing on at the moment, which I think it's attractive to the Japanese audience.
Do you play any mobile games?
No, not at all.
I play.
But I think in Japan it's quite a big thing.
Yeah. I play Marvel Strike Force. It was one of those games that I downloaded initially, played it, and was like, oh, it's another one of those ones where you got to grind away, and they do really want you to pay in order to get better stuff. But I don't know, like I picked it up again after 6 months of deleting it, and I started playing it again, and it's just I actually quite enjoy the grind, and then once you get a few good players on it, it's quite good fun. But what? So you're gonna say about some? How do we do this?
So they had the mad thing I thought the one that kind of stood out was they released Final Fantasy 1 to 6.
Yeah.
Pixel Edition it's called for Steam and mobile, and it's like, just release it on Switch. You release it on Switch, you'll get so many more people, especially Final Fantasy VI is considered one of the better Final Fantasies that a lot of people haven't played because it is, you know, the style might be a bit dated compared to modern standards, but if you're giving people the opportunity to play it, just, I know you can get it on your phone, but get it on the Switch. I just think it's a lot more comfortable on that device, and it's a bit of a mad decision, but hey, maybe on the Steam Deck you can pick that up.
That's another thing, right? See, like I go through stages of playing some mobile games. I think Strike Force for me is just a nice daily one I pick up, and it's like it doesn't take too long to, you know, do like the dailies and stuff. I played some others and I just can't really get into them. I mean, I don't know if it's an age thing, but I play like Sudoku on my phone because it's just like on a commute, like when you're on the tube, it's just quite nice, and you know, I feel like I'm actually doing something smart for once. But I don't know really. I don't really play too many mobile games. I think, like you say, it's more like across Asia, right? Or
I think it's just bigger over there, like the market. But that's that. And the last thing I'll point out is Final Fantasy Stranger of Paradise, or Strangers of Paradise, which had one of the most ridiculous trailers I think I've seen in a long time, where they had to mention the word chaos. It felt like every other word.
Chaos.
Where they have to defeat chaos, and he's like, I am chaos. He's like, I know you're chaos, I'm here to defeat chaos. He's like, ha ha ha, chaos. It was ludicrous, and it's basically Final Fantasy going down the route of like a Dark Souls.
Okay. Final Fantasy Dark Souls.
Yeah, like.
So it's not turn-based. Wait, did they get?
No, more focusing on. I think it's still very much. I'd say more of a Western RPG as opposed to JRPG, but
okay.
That's kind of what they're doing. The demo came out. A lot of people were kind of like, yeah, it's alright. If you like Dark Souls, which I do, but I'm not too in the world of Final Fantasy. I think it's based a bit before Final Fantasy 1, so it's kind of like an Origins kind of thing.
Yeah.
That might be for you, but yeah, the trailer was insane. Because it just, I don't know who wrote that script.
Are you telling me that the gate was already open?
I think so. I mean, I've just opened it. So yeah.
Shit. Okay.
But yeah, that was Square in a nutshell. There may have been, like I said, there may be things I'm missing, but these are just things that I kind of thought were talk-worthy. So let's go to the main two now. So you got Nintendo did a Direct, and this is where I'm probably going to slow down my playing and go down my list very quickly.
I'm going to lay siege to that wall while you do this.
Very good. You keep going. So, what have we got? It opened up with Smash Brothers Ultimate announcing their final DLC character, and it was it the final one or second to last one? One of those. I think there might be one more.
Yeah.
But it's
was
Kazuya.
It the guy from Tekken?
Yeah,
no.
Kazuya from Tekken.
You can tell I played Smash Bros recently, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Which means like Smash Brothers has kind of done this odd thing where it's like, hey, you can get a Tekken character fighting a Street Fighter character fighting a Sega character fighting. They've done all these mad crossovers that it is great. I do like Smash, but I remember Smash Brothers Melee and Brawl I played non-stop.
Yeah.
But this one is one that hasn't. I don't know why my hooks haven't been fully sunk into it. I don't know if it's because I'm not playing with as many friends I used to when I was younger.
Gotta make some more friends, don't you?
Gotta make some more friends. But every time I have played it, I've enjoyed it. So, but yeah, there you can play as Kazuya from Tekken, which definitely appealed to a crowd, I think. Then another one I thought interested me was Super Monkey Ball Banana Mania. Because I love Super Monkey Ball.
Say that when you're drunk.
Super Monkey
Ball is a banana gradient.
And I think that is great. Super Monkey Ball is fantastic as a party game, and also it's just a game for Switch as well. Pick it up and do a few levels on a commute.
Do you know what game I really miss? Ape Escape.
Ape Escape.
Ape Escape. Do you remember that? I remember I rinsed the demo. The demo for that was awesome.
Ape Escape was fantastic.
It was. Do you remember the Metal Gear Solid? They did like a Snake Eater. They did a little extra thing.
Yeah, wasn't it?
And you had to go capture them.
Yeah. That was good fun.
So
but yeah, Super Monkey Ball.
Good.
Yeah, that's good. It's basically a compendium of
say that when you're drunk. Yeah.
Banana Mania compendium of like some of the games put together and obviously remastered, possibly like HD kind of upgrade. It looks great.
Nice.
Looks like fun. Something we'll play together like this.
I'm down.
Then, as we touched on last week, there was the Super Mario Party Superstars.
Yep.
Which is the best boards from the N64 games. Again, it's at the moment only look like 4 or 5 boards. Could have been DLC for the latest one, but it's like 100 new mini games, online play from the off, so they've learned from their mistake.
Yeah. Jesus.
Again, like
Actually,
Nintendo being Nintendo.
Last week we played, when we did the previous video, we played Mario Party Online, and actually it was very seamless. There was I didn't find any problems at all.
Yeah,
it worked.
Worked really, really well.
I don't know why they waited so long.
No, I don't know. And also, why didn't they do any DLC, like get like 3 boards or something, like anything, but like they just kind of let it kind of die. So hopefully this one might get updates, but again, as it's kind of the best of some previous boards, I don't know it's going to be full price. Nintendo's going to Nintendo, but hey, we'll probably buy it because we are suckers.
Speaking of Nintendo, Skyward Sword. Skyward Sword. Yeah. Again, Jesus.
Yeah.
I haven't had a drink yet. That's coming out. Just to touch on that subject, obviously, because the Nintendo or quite a few consoles get a bit of flack because they re-release games that already come out, and people are a bit like, I've already played it. Like, why do I need to play it again? So on. But I mean, I might, obviously this is more selfish for me, but it's just like I never got to play it. So like for me, I'm really looking forward to buying this game because it means that I get to have my first playthrough of it.
Yeah, no, that would be exactly the same as me. It's the reason they do all these ports because like I know it came out. I can't remember what console it came out on.
How did you get in?
Because I jumped over the wall.
Jesus.
I
went over there. I was like trying to like jump on the rock and get over there, and I was just like failing.
First time.
Okay. That's what she said.
Yeah, I mean that's the thing. There's a lot of games that have come out for Switch that are ports that I've bought because I didn't have a Wii U, for example, like Captain Toad Treasure Tracker, for example.
Yeah.
I ended up really enjoying it.
I actually recently bought, well, not recently, a few months ago, bought the BioShock collection on Switch as well.
Yeah, same. I've got that on
I think that's
PS4 as well.
I think we touched on the subject of buying similar games. The same game
Triple
on
dipping.
multiple. Yeah, triple dipping. That's it. Jesus, what a word.
But yeah, Skyward Sword was mentioned in the Direct. More of a don't forget this is coming out, and it does look good. And it's not the most well loved Zelda, so I wonder if they've made little like quality of life changes to make people enjoy it a bit more.
I actually visually, Zelda in it looks the best I've seen. Like, she looks sick. Obviously, I haven't looked at the story. I don't really know what's going on and stuff. But yeah, I'm really looking forward to playing it.
It heavily influenced Breath of the Wild, apparently.
Yeah.
So it's quite good. A lot of people are going to see the origin story. Obviously, Breath of the Wild is one of the biggest.
Oh, so is this what happened
games.
before Breath of the Wild?
I don't know if it's what happened before. I don't think it's kind of related, but it's influenced, like story maybe, or the world, something like that. But there was that. Talking about Breath of the Wild, obviously, their one more thing at the end of the Direct was Breath of the Wild 2 footage. We knew it was coming, but we didn't know they were going to show anything. They did,
awesome.
And it looks good. Breath of the Wild is... I'm not the biggest Zelda fan of the world. I haven't played many. This was kind of the first one I properly played through. I thought it was
Breath of the
good.
Wild was fantastic, though. I loved it.
Yeah, this is where I'm probably going to annoy a few people. I thought it was good. I didn't think it was the best thing I've ever played, but I don't think I clicked with a lot of the game's mechanics. And I've seen clips online of people doing mental things with all the items.
Yeah, like
that's amazing.
Like, you know, like freezing stuff, hitting it loads of times, building up like the hit marker, and then as they're gonna do it again, they freeze it again and they hit it, and it's just like like people can what amazes me is people are still finding things out about the game now after it's been released like how many years.
Well, that's it. GameSpot are doing videos still. I think I saw on YouTube where it's like, here's another 30 things that you didn't know you could do in Breath of the Wild. And it's like, oh, okay, because people are still discovering this stuff.
Can you get a motorbike in it?
Yep, on the DLC, you can get a motorbike, which I got the other day, but I haven't unlocked the motorbike yet. You've got to do load of stuff. But it is good. Breath of the Wild 2 looks great as well. It looks like they're going a lot more like vertical with it. Like a lot. It looks like you've got these kind of floating islands. It looks a bit like, I think it's Avatar, isn't it? Pandora with the floating islands.
Fucking James Cameron.
He's back again. I think it does look. Yeah, it looks good. It is more Breath of the Wild by the looks of it. I don't know how many world changes they're going to do, gameplay style changes they can do, but if people love Breath of the Wild, voted one of the best games ever made, I'm sure people are going to pick this up. But that was the end of their conference, but what else did we see during it? Metroid Dread, a new side-scrolling Metroid game where we still haven't got an update on Metroid Prime 4, which was announced before I was born, it feels like at this point. But this game was actually mentioned, I think it's like 18 years ago.
Yeah.
And then now they've finally gone, oh, here it is, by the way, and it looks excellent. I love these side-scrolling Metroid games like the originals and Metroid Fusion. I think Game Boy Advance is one of my favourites I've played. I pre-ordered this straight away. I think it looks excellent.
Never played a Metroid game. Wait, I played one. I don't know what it was, but I played one.
And I hated it.
No, I quite enjoyed it. Like, again, going back to it, it's like, it means that, you know, I can go back on the Nintendo, and they've got, obviously, the, what do you call it? They've got, you know, when you do...
SNES.
Yeah, they got the ports,
those,
right?
Yeah.
And, like, I get to play all these old games, which is brilliant.
Release the Game Boy Advance ones. Just do it. Like, I will pick that up. And also Samus Returns on the DS. Put that on the Switch if you can. Like, people will play these. Oh, here we go.
Yeah, I unlocked it, mate.
But yeah, that looks very good. And it's got a lot more like these creepy robot-looking guy, like cyborgy things in it. It looks very, very good.
I know what you got to do.
Pick that up if you're interested. New WarioWare, co-op looking WarioWare as well, where you can play it together. Again, it'll be something we do like here. It looks amazing. I love WarioWare. That looks very, very good. And then another one that I was very excited about was Advance Wars 1 and 2.
This is actually how I carry shit.
No wonder you have consistent back problems.
Yeah, definitely a low rider.
And Advance Wars 1 and 2, which I loved Advance Wars on the Game Boy, and they're bringing it out, giving it a new lick of paint, and it looks amazing because it's been a while since we've heard any Advance Wars stuff, and they're just bringing it out like no one's business. And it's called Reboot Camp, and I like that.
Nice.
So I think it's called Reboot Camp, unless someone's coined that term. But anyway, it's a good blooming phrase.
I like it.
So that's kind of my Nintendo roundup. There was a few other things like more ports and whatnot. But yeah, the Direct's not that long actually, so people can watch it for 45 minutes, I think. And then the final one I'll talk about, sorry if I'm going on, is the Xbox and Bethesda one. And this was my favourite one because I'm new to the Xbox family.
I'd say you're a return, aren't you?
A return, yeah.
You're like the son they sent off to boarding school.
And he came back.
And
with a new wallet.
Yeah. A new wallet.
A new wallet.
No, it wasn't filled. It wasn't filled with anything. It was just a new wallet.
Yeah.
That's it. He went from plastic to leather.
I'm like, my God, he's really grown.
Oh.
But yeah, so obviously recently Xbox bought Bethesda, acquired them, and they have a very good partnership.
Shit.
That's very good. They've got a very good partnership going on, so they kind of shared their conference, because obviously Bethesda usually do one every year.
Yeah.
Now they share it, which is fine, because Bethesda, people only really wait for a couple of titles from them, so there's more condensed.
And also, sharing is caring, right?
Sharing is caring. And you know what else is caring? Games Pass. Because in this announcement, I think it was 40-something games.
Jeez.
I think it was 40-something. It could have been less. Correct me if I'm wrong. I probably am incredibly wrong. But they showed a lot of games. It could have been 30. Anyway. All but 3 are going to be on Games Pass.
Nice.
So if you spend your £10 a month on your subscription thing, all but 3 of these brand new games are going to be available day one release. And they are massive games as well. And it's just, I cannot get over how pro-consumer Microsoft have been with Games Pass. It is mental how good that service is. I love it. A lot of people love it. If you have an Xbox but don't have Games Pass, you're insane.
So, would the Steam Deck be able to use Game Pass, seeing as it's
That's
technically
what
a
I was
PC?
thinking.
I could play Xbox games on the fly.
There you go. That's because I was thinking that as
Because
well.
I ain't gonna buy an Xbox if I can just buy a Steam Deck and play Xbox and Steam games on there.
There you are.
Bonus.
So yeah, they had. I was very excited for the conference. Like I said, all but 3 on Games Pass, and it's fantastic. So here we go. Get the list out again. Consult the list. So we saw a first little footage of Starfield, which is Bethesda's first new open world in years. That's outside of their usual like Elder Scrolls and Fallout franchise.
Yep.
This is like set in space. It looks very focused on spaceship and.
Did you say spaceship or space shit?
It sounded like I said spaceship.
Yeah.
Spaceship and spaceship.
Yeah.
But it looks unbelievable. Like, it didn't show much gameplay, but I'm there for a moody sci-fi dramery open worldy RPG-y thing. So there you go. That looks amazing.
Nice.
Like you said before, Left 4 Dead.
What's it called? Born for Blood.
It's called Back 4 Blood.
Back
so
4 Blood.
it's
Born
basically
for Blood.
Born for it. It's basically the soft reboot of Left 4 Dead.
It was basically Left 4 Dead 3, right?
Essentially, yeah. Again, Games Pass.
So you got a rock.
Yeah.
Nice.
Games Pass. So you can play it day one, with your friends.
Really?
Yeah.
Dang.
On Games Pass, and I mean, Left 4 Dead's amazing. I've got so many great memories playing that game.
Same.
So this just looks, like I said, more of the same, and yeah, you'll be nuts not to get it.
Nuts.
What else have we got here? Sea of Thieves getting an update. Sea of Thieves is a game. It's taken a while for them to get on kind of like seasonal update stuff. I think they did season 1 for the first time last year, despite being out for a while.
Yeah.
I recently got on the bandwagon. It is really good. It's just great fun to play with friends. You could do it solo. It's a bit more difficult.
Yeah.
But they've done an update, Games Pass announcement, where they're really crossing over with the Pirates of the Caribbean
I heard
world.
Not Johnny Depp's in it.
Yeah, basically.
Sparrow.
It's Jack Sparrow, but yeah, a different, but it's very much sounds and acts and looks like Johnny Depp's
Nice.
Captain Jack Sparrow. But I haven't had a chance to play it yet, but it's out and people seem to be loving it. It's a game, it's a free update as well, so it's not paid for DLC. Again, Games Pass, love it if you've got it, excellent. What else have I got on my list? 12 Minutes is a game that was announced not too long ago. It's like a top-down kind of mystery game that's on a 12-minute loop, where like you play a...
Deathloop? Oh, no, that was last week.
No, that was last week. And there's like a husband and wife or a couple in a flat, and it looks like a hitman comes in, and then you've got to kind of... You can change the situation depending on your actions, but every 12 minutes, I think it resets. The cast looks amazing. I think it's James McAvoy.
He's so good.
Willem Dafoe.
What?
And yeah.
It's just like it sounds very similar to Jesus, not similar, sorry, but like the whole choice aspect. What's the game that you played?
Daisy Ridley, of course.
Daisy Ridley. Oh, what's her face?
Star Wars?
Star Wars, yeah.
Yeah.
I think I need your help.
I think we need that in the middle, don't we?
I'm not strong enough.
Oh look.
Yeah, push it back a little bit, like this. Are you ballet-ing?
I'm trying to get it around.
You don't necessarily. You can.
We need it pushed back.
Yeah. All right, I'll push you to me, to you, to shit.
But yeah, that's out soon. I think that's out in August, so that's out very soon. If you're watching this when it comes out when this comes out in July.
Yeah.
It looks great. I can't wait to play it. And again, Games Pass. So there we are.
You're getting commissioned.
I know, it sounds like it, doesn't it? Bethesda dropping a bunch of more games that I think they've got near enough their whole library on there now. So you got the original Fallout's, Rage, the Doom Eternal, and a few other, like Evil Within 1, I think, wasn't on there. That's out there. So they've just basically dropped their whole thing. Hades is coming to Games Pass.
I love Hades.
Which people love. And there's a few more I'll end on. So Halo, you saw a bit more of it now, and the multiplayer, they look like it's heavily focusing on multiplayer, which I believe, I mean, Halo for me has always been a multiplayer game. I remember the days of playing it online after school, Halo 3, with all friends for hours and hours and hours and hours. And it looks like they're very much focusing, not, obviously there's going to be story and a campaign there, but it looks like they are focusing heavily on multiplayer again. Free updates, I think. I think even the multiplayer itself is free.
Nice. Okay.
I might be wrong on that, but that's kind of what the message I picked up on.
Yeah.
Which is good if people just want to play that, but obviously the story, they did announce Halo in the Xbox showcase last year, but then it kind of got slated for not looking that next gen, not looking that good, so they've delayed it, spent more time working on it, and it does look a bit better now. And I mean, I didn't play the last Halo, so
they got bullied.
Run through. Basically got bullied,
into making the game better.
Literally.
That just reminds me of Sonic. It's like the developers got bullied into changing Sonic's face.
Make him look more like Sonic.
Make him actually look like Sonic, not some weird fucking hybrid alien thing.
Outer Worlds 2 was announced. I've been playing through Outer Worlds 1 at the moment. Yeah. Outer Worlds 2 just looks like
I remember you speaking about that.
Bigger version of the original game, and I think it looks great. Age of Empires 4.
I love Age of Empires. Age of Empires. I used to play Empire Earth, which I think was the original. Was the first one. Then they did Age of Empires after, I believe. Empire Earth was great. Empire Earth was like you start caveman and you work all your way to futuristic, and like every time you upgrade your capital, you start caveman and then you learn some English, and then you build up and you like once you get the capital leveled up, it like advances in age. It was just really fun. Age of Empires was always good fun, to be honest.
Yeah, Age of Empires was good. So 4 looks good again. PC is coming for Games Pass PC as well as console, so pick that up if you like it. It just that's a game that people love, that franchise. I remember it being some of the first games I played because we had like a PC when growing up, and I remember that Age of Empires 1 being my most played thing. And 2 kind of big ones for me at the end were Forza Horizon 5, which looks incredible. I love Forza 4. That's kind of the first Horizon I've played, because you got Forza Motorsport, which is like the Gran Turismo of Xbox. It's quite a serious racing sim, and then Horizon basically is like the Burnout version of. So it's like open world, stupid challenges, and Forza Horizon 4 is set in like the UK, and it does all the seasonal changes.
Oh, I remember seeing something about this actually. It looks really good. The seasonal changes look cool.
And they did a Lego DLC which I bought because that DLC wasn't part of the Games Pass one.
I can't do this.
There we have it.
Yeah.
And the Lego DLC was that's been some of the most fun I've had on a game in a long time, because it is ludicrous. Like the opening bit when you first go to the Lego kind of area it's just fun. It just looks ridiculous, and it is ridiculous, and it's great. But Forza Horizon 5 is set in Mexico, so you've got all the diverse landscapes in Mexico, like jungles, desert, like beaches, and then you got all the towns and major cities, and it looks like they've done their research on Mexico, obviously. Nearly.
Oh, I've got it on there.
So they've made it as authentic as possible. I think it looks incredible, and that's an absolute day one download game for me.
Game one, day one.
Game one, day one.
Day one.
And then the last game of my E3 roundup that's gone on longer than I expected it to is Redfall, which is a new title, new IP. Quite bold to end a conference on like a brand new IP, I think.
Yeah.
But they did it, and it looks really, really good. It's basically like a stylish kind of like I think it's co-op kind of RPG. Look at that. I don't know if it's a shooter, but the trailer looked really fun. You play as 4 characters in a town that looks like it's overrun with like vampires, and everyone's got abilities, and things like differentiating from other characters, and,
Yeah.
and things that you can use in battle or exploring, and it just looked great fun. And that's going to be out 2022. So a lot of these games I mentioned are kind of out from now till mid 2022 possibly.
Yeah.
I think there was a few 2023 games in the conferences, but there's like very few. But yeah, I think to those 4 conferences alone, I think there's something for everyone. I think you will find something that you want to play. I think Xbox killed it for me. Like, God, stop talking about Games Pass, but Jesus Christ, like, it's such a good deal. The fact is, like, nearly every game they mentioned is on this thing.
Oh, you got over there?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, but that's kind of what I'm looking forward to. And some of these games are out quite soon, which is good to know.
Yeah. Okay. So we are gonna end it up, but I wanted to ask you a couple of things. So, what are you playing this week?
This week, I'll do the main one. It came out yesterday on Friday, and that's this. What was it yesterday? 17th, 16th, and that is F1 2021. Just in time for what's quite an experimental weekend in the actual F1 season. They've gone, hey, here's a new game, and it is great. It's one of the best racing sims you can play.
And it's free.
Oh no, it's not free. Oh no, this one's not Games Pass. No, this one's EA have teamed up with Codemasters who do it usually.
Yeah.
I was worried they would EA it and make it like microtransactions and all that kind of stuff. And yeah, while there is that, it's very limited. Doesn't affect the gameplay, and I don't think a lot of people use it. But the old game kind of dabbled in it anyway. But yeah,
in microtransitions.
Yeah, but it's more just things like, because you can make your own team, so it's like yeah. So it's like you make your own team, so you can have like car livery and buy new helmets and stuff. You're not affecting the actual car performance or your racing performance. But yeah, it's just great, and they've added a new story mode called Breaking Point, where you play as a character called Aiden Jackson, I think, as you start your career in Formula 1, and you get to choose what team you race for.
Nice.
And it's got a little bit of drama. It is cheesy. It feels like they're very much trying to make the drama. It doesn't feel very realistic.
Are they doing a similar thing that I saw FIFA do, where they do like a career, but it's like, you're gonna go big, kid.
Yeah, absolutely. But I mean, I played it. It's quite fun because it'll put you, instead of just playing through a normal season, it does put you in like situational things. Like for one of them, it'll be halfway through a race and your tyre is punctured, and you have to take over from the moment your tyre is punctured, and then finish in 10th place by the end, at least 10th by the end of the race. And you can fail it quite easily. So you still got to have your racing skills on top, but it just adds a little bit more spicy drama to the game. But I just love doing the My Team, which is when you create your own team. You start off with the cars bottom of the pack, and as the seasons go on, you put more money into your aerodynamics or your engine performance.
Do you get cards to unlock these?
No. This is just you just have a research development tree, and you just build it up, and you choose your teammates. As seasons go on, it's quite realistic how they do like the transfers of drivers. Online is always chaotic yet fun. I love playing with my dad and like a few family friends and whatnot.
I think that's very cool that you and your dad play that together.
Yeah, it's nice. Like, he's got a proper racing setup, like rig. Unfortunately, I don't yet. I just play with controller. But whenever I go to visit, I always play it, and it just takes it to a whole new level. Playing it like manual with like the gears, the paddles behind the steering wheel as well, like the pedals. It feels amazing. But the game is just, they added little, compared to the last one, there's a few more like damage updates, like you can damage the rear wings now properly, and just the noises of the engines have changed slightly, but it just sounds more realistic. They just know what they're doing.
Yeah.
They've nailed it. And yeah, the drama is still there, and it's just great. And you can now do a 2-player season, so we could make a team and go through the season together, update it, and I think that just adds more. That's more gameplay fun for everyone.
That's good.
What about you? Have you been playing anything new?
So I played.
Oh shit!
I've been playing some more Binding of Isaac because I love it. I found out Repentance is coming out in September for the Switch. Repentance is a DLC. Originally, the first one came out. It was called Rebirth, I think, and then they had Afterbirth Plus, where they just add in more enemies and stuff. But Repentance looks amazing. I've been watching someone stream it recently, and yeah, it just looks good fun. So I've been playing that on the side. I also did stream some more Ghost of Tsushima this week.
Very good.
Which I'm still in love with. It's such a beautiful game. Can I get up this? I can. No, I can't. I don't know what I'm doing.
Don't worry, I think
Are you near the end?
I'm on a bit here.
So, yeah, I've been playing that. I actually played Cuphead on Wednesday for the first time in ages, which was very rage-inducing.
Oh,
but it's a fucking fantastic game as well. I remember we played it before.
Yeah, Cuphead's amazing.
But for going alongside that as well, have you got any games coming out? Because I said about Skyward Sword. I'm saying that right. That's the one game that I think Payday I'm definitely going to buy. I know it's out now, actually. I think.
Yes, lad.
You got it?
Yeah.
Good man. Whoop. Nice one.
Oh, look at that.
Good stuff. Well, I'm just going to sit around.
Anything coming out? Well, in August, like I said, I pre-ordered Metroid Dread, which I think it's out in August. I hope it is. But no, I think F1 at the moment. I think we're both agreed to get Tribes of Midgard, which is out.
Oh yeah, sorry.
Soon enough.
So I'm buying a couple games. Yeah, Tribes of Midgard is out on the 30th next Friday. So you might see some gameplay when we do get it. It's
absolutely.
Up to 10 people co-op as well, I think.
Yeah, and we'll both stream it as well, I imagine.
Yeah. I'm very much looking forward to it.
Yeah, no, that it does look very fun. It's like Diablo meets. What did I say? It's like Diablo meets Minecraft meets Vikings.
Nice.
So yeah, it looks great. And then I think towards the end of the month, I've got The Ascent coming out on Games Pass, and Microsoft Flight Simulator, which I'm very much looking forward to playing for the first time. But yeah, that's kind of it at the moment.
Nice.
But yeah.
Okay. Well, I think it'd be really good if people can comment and let us know what you think about the Steam Deck, whether you're going to buy it or not. If you got any more thoughts about E3, it'd be great as well. And also just tell us what you're playing this week and what you're looking forward to coming out.
Yeah, feedback appreciated as well, because this is a new venture. So, got any tips or anything that will improve this? Then let us know.
Yeah, so. All right.
And we'll come up with a name, and we'll have like social media for it. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're building it all up. But yeah. Yeah. Thank you very much for watching. Bye.